Hello, my amazing first grade virtual artists. This week, friends, we are going to be finishing up our buttoned up bears, creating some imaginary art by dressing up a bear. How silly, right? Last week, we did our crayon resist and we created that plaid pattern. So this week, friends, we have to make our bear's head. We have to cut out some clothing, and if you notice, we have to add some buttons, which are in your provided button and clay bag. So let's go take a look at what art materials we need to finish our bears before we get started, friends. So one small oops, my friends, I forgot to write on your materials list to have either a black marker or a black crayon, because as you might notice on our bear's face, I added details in black. So that is important, and I apologize for that. Oops, even Miss Greathead makes mistakes, right, friends? So I'm going to go ahead, open up my art folder. There's my painting from last week, and I also need this brown piece of paper for my bear's head. And there should be a colorful piece of paper in your folder. Now, as always, friends, you might have a different color than me. Some friends might have yellow, pink, or blue even. So let's start first with our bear's head today, friends. And I want to think about just some nice, simple shapes. And if you notice, I'm starting with my black marker first, or you can start with your pencil first. You decide. So a bear's head is kind of nice and round. So I'll start with a nice round shape to begin. And then I need to think about the different parts of a bear's head. For instance, I know that bears can have some ears, so I'll add some ears at the top. The thing about ears, there's an outside of an ear and there's also an inside part to help with hearing. So maybe I could even add the inside part, color that part in. Next, I might move down my bear's head and think about, oh yes, of course, my bear needs some eyes. And I like using ovals for my bear's eyes, but again, you could use a different shape if you would like a circle or an almond kind of shape. Before I work my way down to my bear's nose and mouth, though, I need to think about a bear's face and how the mouth normally kind of juts out a little bit in what's called a muzzle. So before I add those, I'm going to actually put a circle to show the muzzle of my bear. And then I'll go ahead and add maybe a triangle for the nose, or again, you could pick a different shape, like maybe a sideways oval if you wanted. And I like my bear to look kind of happy, so I'll add a letter J going forward and a J going backward. If you want to make your bear feeling a different way, though, that is okay as well. So there's my bear's head. I'm going to set that off to one side for a moment before I cut it out, because we do need to do a little bit more drawing, my friends, on our painted paper. Now, it's kind of hard to draw on the front side, so let's flip our paper over today. And make sure, friends, that if you did leave some white, that it's at the top part, not at the bottom of your flipped over paper. So let's start with a nice kind of shirt shape. I want to make just a nice hill that goes at least halfway up my paper before it comes back down. So there's my bear's shirt. But this is kind of a nice dress shirt, my friends. So let's add some color to our bear's shirt. And to make a collar, we need a triangle shape on each side. So above my hill, I'm going to draw two triangles, and I'm going to try my best to make them kind of the same size. I always like to make my triangles pointing at each other. Then I could also even add a bow, maybe a bow tie under my bear's chin, or a hair bow if I wanted. You don't have to have a bow though, my friends, but if you do want to make a bow, I like to start with a circle and then add some trapezoids off of each side. So here's all of my different shapes. My next step, friends, I'm going to go ahead and cut out my shirt, my triangles, my bow, and my bear's head. I'm going to speed this step up so you can see all of the different shapes that I cut out when I'm done, artists. So here are all the different shapes that I cut out. I cut out my shirt, then I cut out my two triangles, I cut out my hair bow, or again, it could be a bow tie, and my bear's head. Now, as always, artists, if you need to pause the video and catch up on some cutting, that is okay. Please do that now. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and start gluing our bears onto our colorful paper. And if you notice, friends, I started with my shirt first, and that's where we want to start gluing as well. Remember, you can always use glue bottle or glue stick. I do recommend glue bottle today, though, friends, for our buttons, because otherwise they will not stick to your bear. If you don't have a glue bottle and you have tape instead, you could use that, because glue stick will not work for your buttons, my friends. So, gluing my shirt down first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I'll glue my triangles on like where my collar would be for my bear. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next, I'll go ahead and glue my bear's head right above the collar. And then I'll decide if I want to put it as a bow tie or a cute little bow in my bear's hair. Again, you don't have to use a bow for your bear, only if you want to make one, my friends. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here's my bear right now. I've got all of my things glued down except for my buttons. And again, friends, your buttons are in your clay Ziploc bag. That clay we don't need today, but those buttons are the things that we need. So when I'm ready, I'll go ahead and open up my bag. Again, please leave your clay in there and just grab out those 3 buttons so we can glue those onto our bear as well. Again, I highly recommend glue bottle for this step. And if I have 3 buttons, all I need is 3 dots. I'll put 1, 2, and 3. And then I'll go ahead and I'm going to gently push each button into the glue. Your fingers might get a little gluey, my friends, but the good news is this is our last step on our bear, and you can always wash your hands up after this step. So here is my buttoned up bear today, friends. Remember, please, artists, when you are finished with an art project, you do have to turn in a photo of your finished artwork, either on Seesaw or Artsonia, please. That is what I'm going to look for to help grade your work. All right, friends. I hope you enjoyed making some imaginary art. I'll say my BYE, and as always, friends, have fun creating.